to understand, noble spirit. All that is left in your feeble dimension is pain and suffering. Time here is far more precious than time spent in the Age of Light. Can you still not see how generous I am in wasting the time of my dimension on the likes of you?
Listen to me, noble spirit. I shall feed your body to your mutated friends. I shall search every corner of the dimension for your pathetic spirit, and when I find you, I shall devour you and digest your mind. For an eternity, you shall feel every second of it most clearly.
Do I have to go back?
You have done an excellent job.
Who are you?
50 years ago, by the time of the Age of Light, I awakened Nibel and closed the dimensional gate. And then I heard you entered Encablossa yourself and destroyed the ancient heart. I never thought there could be anyone more reckless than I.
Moonlight, the noble spirit.
Seems we have not met before, eh?
How can you appear so clearly in my dreams?
Dreams are different in this dimension. Here, dreams are the world where the mind lives.
So do you exist in the real world?
My body may exist somewhere in the real world. When someone dies here, his spirit and will evaporate from his body. But this can be stopped if his will is strong enough to create what is called a spirit crystal. If his will is successful, then his mind can live on in dreams, and because this dimension is not fully mature, half of it is ruled by dreams, like the mind of an unborn child.
Then you must be dead.
No. In my case, I chose to separate my spirit from my body.
Separate your spirit? Is that like being in some sort of trance?
Humans must experience a change to their bodies and minds once they enter Encablossa's dimension. It takes longer for some than for others, but eventually it happens to us all. Encablossa tried to take advantage of me and my friends as we were suffering from such mutations.
Friends? You mean the former King Curian and Keither, Knight of Valor and Cunning? Have they separated their spirits as well?
It is a bit too complicated to explain right now. Tell me, do you plan to return to the Age of Light?
I'm still thinking about it.
Interesting answer. It is good to think.
What happens when a mutation occurs?
The body warps into a demonic form, while the spirit slowly evaporates and is absorbed into Encablossa.
So, there must be a mutation occurring in me as well.
Exactly.
I've heard of the idols. Who are they?
They are the gateways that connect our dreams to reality. Theoretically, they can carry something from reality to dream, and vice versa.
I seek a lesson.
What is it you wish to learn? Whatever it is, you must be ready to pay for it. Do you wish to learn this ability? The more you desire, the more sacrifices are required. This is the only truth that exists across both dimensions. You are already learning. Try to master your current studies first. You have sacrificed enough. You are ready for a new ability. Someone came here to see you.
You mean in here? In my dreams?
He told me he was a good friend of yours.
Was his name Walter? Is he still alive?
I don't know about his name, and unfortunately he is no longer here to see for yourself. But your friend was an amazing man. I have witnessed the deaths of countless men drawn into this dimension since the end of the War of Heroes. But never before had I seen a human who could stop the evaporation of his spirit so well.
You told me before that the will can prevent the evaporation of spirit by creating a spirit crystal. Walter must have made one then.
Yes, he did. The spirit contains one's memories, experience, and knowledge, whereas the will controls the spirit and uses it to communicate its desires with the outside world. The fact that your friend's will has held on to his spirit must mean your friend has something left he wishes to achieve.
I hope that I get a chance to see him here.
It is likely you will. Your friend will come again. Time here moves many times faster than time in the Age of Light. The slightest hesitation here can last forever in the other dimension. Time is only in your mind. Never forget, time is only in your mind. Your friend is waiting for you.
Walter!
I keep going in circles, wandering. This must be the way to Ecclesia.
Walter!
My head is so full. Strange people. No, things. So many strange things in my head. Why won't you just leave me alone?
It's okay, Walter. Everything is over. You can relax now.
Kendal! What happened to Thomas? My son! Take me to Thomas! Kendal, I beg you!
Walter, are you okay?
The ancient heart. One of my men tried to destroy it. I can't remember what happened after the heart was broken. Can't remember after.
So you have seen your friend. He has a son, And it appears that his spirit crystal is no longer intact.
Yes.
Are you thinking again?
How can I take Walter back to the Age of Light? If I take his spirit crystal and... There must be a way.
Well, you can take the spirit crystal with you, but only the owner of the crystal knows where it is and what form it is taken. Without your friend's guidance, we will not know where to look.
Will his mind be the same in the Age of Light as it is now? Will Thomas be able to recognize him?
You know well enough how little value the mind has in our world. I can promise you nothing more. Did you ask your friend about his spirit crystal?
Walter, we need to find your spirit crystal. Can you tell me where it is?
What is a spirit crystal?
The object your will used to contain your spirit.
I don't know. I don't understand. I can't think. What are these monsters?
The fact that your friend's spirit is still this intact means that he must have died before the mutation progressed very far. It is sad, but it may have been better this way. The stronger the will, the faster and more terrible the mutation.
Have you seen my pendant? How could I lose it? I can't concentrate. My head is too full. I'd rather be in pain.
Walter told me about his pendant. Could that be his spirit crystal?
Anything without will can be turned into a spirit crystal. Will try to kill each other, you know, so it is impossible to have two in one object. You should ask him more about his pendant.
Walter, can you remember where you lost your pendant?
It was dead silent, like after an explosion, and barren. Maybe southeast of Heronodon or west of Hexter. Why did I go somewhere like that? There was a great darkness there, and I can't remember.
Don't worry, friend. Just wait for me. I'll find it. Walter told me he lost his pendant in a barren place, with no sound.
A barren place with no sound, Maybe it was the City of Desolation, I'm not so sure. It is said that the Black Sand tribe loves glittering objects. Perhaps this is all that remains of their past love for the arts and sciences. A very long time ago, back when their ages had only changed a few times, the Black Sand tribe possessed a highly advanced civilization. They built a magnificent city, and in it constructed a dimensional gateway to communicate with Nibel, the Lord of the Light. Thus they earned Encablossa's hatred. As the story goes, Encablossa cursed them, stripping their tongue of all but 15 words. Eventually, their once glorious civilization crumbled to the pitiful state it is in now. You found the pendant.
How did you know?
Your friend has disappeared from the dream world.
Disappeared? What do you mean?
The moment you touched his pendant, his spirit and will were absorbed into you. He must have chosen to let go of his mind.
If I absorbed him, then what inside me has changed?
You already possessed the will to return to the Age of Light, and now your friend's will has been added to yours. Thus, the mutation occurring in your body will accelerate.
Will affects mutation?
The stronger the will, the faster the mutation. It is always this way for humans. The more we love and desire something, the more we may grow to hate it, and the more power it will have to destroy us. We do not possess the purity of will, be it the good of the elves or evil of the vampires. This is why we suffer mutations, while they remain unchanged.
How quickly will the mutation progress? Will I be able to make it back to my world before it's too late?
Well, if you truly wish for this, then you shall see the way. We must try to find the way back to the Age of Light before the mutation goes too far. I may have found a way to stop your mutation.
But you told me humans can't avoid it, didn't you?
This won't fully cure you, but if we are lucky, it may prevent your mutation from growing any worse. However, I cannot guarantee the result, as this method has never been tested.
Please tell me more.
We will play a trick on your mind. As I said before, humans cannot avoid mutation because our will is not pure. No matter how hard we try to clear our minds, we are always engulfed by our own emotions. However, there is a chance one could avoid mutation if he could make his will appear pure, like the will of elves and vampires.
Is it really possible to make my will appear pure?
It would be utter nonsense back in the Age of Light, but perhaps here it is worth a try. You must find the will of purity and swallow it. The idol of love will know about the will of purity. Find her, and she will help. Go meet the idol of love and ask about the will of purity. It may stop your mutation. There are 3 forces that act on the minds of men: love, death, and greed. The fact that the idols of these forces exist here, connecting the dream world with reality, makes me suspect that Encablossa's dimension was built by a human mind. Or perhaps it's only one of Encablossa's jokes.
Do you know about the will of purity?
Will of purity? Why would you want... Oh. I had heard the dimensional gate had been opened, but are you a human?
Yes, I am.
Well, I know this is a pain, but you must bring me some fragments of spiritual purity. You can find them in arrogance, and then... Well, there's one more thing you'll have to do, but I'll let you know about that later. I need the fragments of spiritual purity to make the will of purity, huh?
I have them all.
Good. Now you must bring me the heart of the hero. The hero is waiting at the end of desolation. Huh? Bring me the heart of the hero. The hero is waiting at the end of desolation. Uh-huh.
The idol of love asked me to bring her the heart of the hero from the end of desolation.
She asked you for that? Are you sure? The heart of the hero?
I don't know enough of this dimension to even be able to make such things up.
This is strange. You are certain, yes?
Look, if you don't believe me, you should go ask her yourself.
This must be Curian. His mutation must have taken him completely.
Curian? You mean the late King Curian?
He's become a monster. Keither locked him away at the end of desolation. He always was the most human of us. Perhaps that is why the mutation destroyed him the quickest.
Maybe I'll end up like him.
You'll need a key to reach him. I've already brought the key to your body in the real world. You must go back to the Age of Light. How was Curian?
He did not suffer.
You must go now and find the idol of love to get the will of purity.
Wait, wasn't he your friend? You seem surprisingly calm.
Once the spirit has left, the body does not matter much. I have finished mourning my friends. You must go now and find the idol of love to get the will of purity.
Here it is, the heart of the hero.
Good. Okay, the will of purity can only exist in your dreams, so stay still. Let me reach into your dreams through your spirit.
But how do I?
It's done. I've placed it in your dreams. Huh? I already gave you the will of purity. Go look in your dreams.
Excellent, I have the will of purity now. That was my first time meeting the idol of love.
So what do I do now?
You must swallow the...
Well met, noble spirit.
Who is this?
You shall see me often from now on. Kendal, is that right? You have been surprisingly brave. Who else could have thought of puncturing a hole in the wall of my dimension? Dozens of times the ages have cycled, but no man has ever tried that before.
Maybe it was not such a good idea, going to the idol of love.
She had nothing to do with it. Even if you had bribed the idol of greed, it still would have ended the same. Your friend's heart simply beats too loudly. So, noble spirit, is it not enough for you to take advantage of this poor man? Now you must burden him with greater pain as well.
Take advantage of me.
The will of purity prevents your will and spirit from succumbing to mutation. However, the total amount of mutation you must endure has already been defined. If your mind is spared from mutation, then the mutation of your body shall be all the more extreme. And the worst part is, with such a clear mind, you will be fully conscious of the agony of your physical mutation. Humans are especially weak to pain. Don't you agree, noble spirit?
Moonlight?
He is Encablossa. Don't listen to him.
It will make no difference to you whether you believe me or not, Kendal. You shall be seeing more of me from now on. And you, noble spirit, now that I have found you, your pathetic spirit crystal will soon be destroyed. I keep my promises.
What just happened?
Encablossa is trying to use you, just as he did me and my friends.
He said you were taking advantage of me. What did he mean by that?
I won't lie to you. Let me explain. Rick Blood, now known as Rainier, has allied himself with Encablossa. Rainier, mutated with dark power, will become the general of the Encablossan army and be sent to conquer the Age of Light. Who will stop him? Only those who have undergone mutation can stop other mutated ones. Look, it is impossible for you to avoid mutation here. But there is a chance you can protect your mind if you do as I say.
So, you want me to go back to the Age of Light and stop Rainier?
Before, when you weren't interested in returning to the Age of Light, I expected nothing from you. But now things have changed. If the Age of Light is destroyed, then your friend's son will go with it. The burden of guilt will be on you. If your mind succumbs to mutation, you will never be able to return to the Age of Light. Once the Age of Darkness has won, all mutated ones will be unable to die. They will live forever as empty servants of Encablossa. This will be your destiny as well.
What good is it to go back to the Age of Light with a mutated body?
Think, if Rainier cannot be stopped and the Age of Light is conquered, then all humans in Bersaia will become mutated by the darkness.
Well, there doesn't seem to be much choice, does there? So what should I do with the will of purity?
I'll try to find out. There must be a better way. I'm still trying to find a way to cleanse the will of purity, so wait a little longer. I've got it. It seems that the water embracing time is the key.
What? Could you be more specific?
Serenity lies in the cruelty within arrogance, while the falling waters embrace time. This is the way to remove the anger melted within the will of purity.
Maybe less specific?
Serenity refers to the glass of serenity. You must put the water embracing time into the glass of serenity and drink it. But as for the rest, I'm not too sure. I need more time to think.
Okay, I'll go try to find those things. By the way, do you know my name?
What?
My name. What is it?
Why do you ask me such a strange question?
You never call me by my name. You said you separated your mind from your body. I want to know if your spirit is still intact.
Are you asking me if my mind is all right? If you had insulted me so, back in the Age of Light, I would have roasted you inside your armor.
Only the will to protect the Age of Light. Is that all that's left of you?
You must drink the water-embracing time from the glass of serenity. It is the only way to stop your mutation.
So, do you understand now?
Nothing has changed.
Well, if Walter was just a lie, then a lot would change.
What?
If you want to know more, find the 3 volumes of the Book of Truth in the lower story of Shallow Knowledge within Arrogance. You can access the will and spirit of this dimension through them. Dreams are eternal. They possess great power, yet they exist only as flickers in time. Their presence goes unnoticed. You shall remember all I have said, yet you shall not be aware of it. Dreams are eternal.
So, you found the glass of serenity. Good. The ancient text must be correct. Now you must find the water-embracing time. I sense a crack in your consciousness. What happened?
My head is aching a bit, like after waking from a complicated dream.
It may be a sign that your mental mutation has begun. You must find the water and drink it quickly. Keep the glass after you drink. There seems to be something else we must do with it. You found the water-embracing time. Good. Now you must swallow the will of purity and throw the glass of serenity from the top of the end of rage. Throw away the glass of serenity from the top of the end of rage. You must hurry. Your mind will begin mutating soon.
So, you have read the first 3 volumes of the Book of Truth. 6 volumes exist in total, and each contains its own insight to the will and spirit of this dimension.
I read them all, but I'm not sure what I've gained from them.
You poor being, trapped in the fortress of your own consciousness. The truth shall fly over your castle walls and pierce your will. It is not important whether you understand what you read. The birth, growth, degeneration, and destruction of dimensions is a cosmic imperative, far superseding our own desires. To attempt to obstruct this process is reckless and arrogant. The Age of Light has grown old and feeble, while the Age of Darkness is blooming into maturity. That the dream world is shrinking is proof of our readiness. However, Nibel and his lying sages refuse to let go of their blind obsession with the dying age, and dare to challenge the cosmic progression. If the Age of Darkness does not begin, the boundaries of the dimensions will splinter and all worlds will collapse. Since these agitators attempt to stand in the way of natural order, I am sending Rainier to the front to destroy the Age of Light as swiftly and effectively as possible. You are free to act as you wish, but know this: preventing the end of the Age of Light will result in the collapse of the entire cosmos.
Time and serenity have blocked anger, so mental mutation will no longer occur. Well done.
You force him to endure agonizing bodily mutations, and all you can say is, well done. With only your will left, your mind must be as cruel as it is arrogant.
I have achieved everything. I am no longer afraid of you.
The severing of your mind from body has damaged your so-called noble spirit. Do you really think that I am powerless to stop you? I have found where your spirit crystal lies, noble spirit.
You may have found where it is, but you shall never discover what it is.
Once there was a pathetic human named Keither. Now he sits by himself, empty and alone, guarding a worthless treasure. So is it time for me to keep my promise? Kendal, the crack in your consciousness is wide enough now. I shall place a key there that will open the gap in this dimension. Free your will there. Dreams are eternal. They possess great power. Yet they exist only as flickers in time. Their presence goes unnoticed. You shall remember all I have said, yet you shall not be aware of it.
Are you all right? It seems that Encablossa stopped time for a moment. Has this happened before? Has he said something to you? Focus on returning to the Age of Light.
Could Walter be a mere fabrication?
What do you mean?
All of this pain. I'm doing this for my friend, to fulfill his dying request. But if Walter was only a lie...
Your imagination astounds me. Will you ignore your best friend's last words? Hurry, you must return to the Age of Light. Do not hesitate, no matter what stands in your way.
You did it. I didn't suspect that the clock tower itself was Moonlight's spirit crystal.
This does not mean I'm willing to cooperate with you.
It does not matter. While you were fighting against Keither's armor, I inspected your mind. It was your will that destroyed Moonlight and Keither's spirit crystals.
All that was left of them was pure will. Nothing human. I have acted as any human of the Age of Light should, and I will continue to do so, regardless of what anyone else may say.
Do you mean to say that even your friend Walter's will is meaningless to you now?
I made up my mind when I destroyed Moonlight. What matters is not the will of an illusion of Walter, but my own. I will bring this pendant to Thomas of my own will. Some say that our wills seek to kill each other, but I know now that the only way for a will to survive is through the act of another. I shall take upon myself all the will of the Age of Light and stop the Age of Darkness.
I am pleased to send not one but 2 superior mutants back to the Age of Light. Your mind may be safe from mutation, but your body is not. Your body has already been claimed and shaped by my dimension. And as you well know, the mind is always ruled by the flesh.
Soon your pain will lessen. I've never seen a man with a body so mutated, yet a mind so clear.
Who are you? An Encablossian?
How are you feeling? Is the pain better?
It is. Why are you helping me?
The pain will come back again, no matter how strong your will. Eventually, it will collapse under your suffering. It is impossible to remove the pain without destroying your mind as well. But I can help lessen it a bit.